Khamzat Chimaev is reportedly out of his fight against Robert Whittaker at UFC Saudi Arabia, and they are scrambling to find a new main event. Along with that, Ariel Helwani is continuing to say that UFC 303, all the optimism he was talking about that I covered in a previous video, yeah, that's potentially going out the window, and UFC 303 is also looking like it's going to be canceled, at least the main event portion. It's also hot as balls up here, so if my energy's a little bit low, it's not because morale is pretty low. We lost Khamzat Chimaev. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I'm laughing, not because I'm happy he pulled out, but I'm coping in front of the camera as we speak. Oh, that sucks so bad, dude. If I get another fight cancellation, I might crash out on camera. If, like, to give you an idea, I have filmed this video twice already. The first time I filmed this video, I was just going to do the whole Conor McGregor saga and just, like, divvy out everything that's going to happen. And I was going to make a tier list of all the possible replacement fights. Halfway through that, I'm scrolling through X, formerly known as Twitter, and I see that Khamzat Chimaev is out of his fight against Robert Whittaker, stopped the whole recording, and wanted to do this. Oh, bro, that's so bad. So I've decided half this video is just going to me talking about UFC 303. The other half's going to be about me, Khamzat Chimaev. We're going to start with Khamzat Chimaev because I just got done ranting about UFC 303. According to the Spinning Back Fist, plus a lot of other people, Khamzat Chimaev is out of his main event spot against Robert Whittaker. And the front runner is looking like it's going to be Nasruddin Imavov. Very new news. I mean, less than an hour ago this was reported. Bro, UFC Saudi Arabia, man, that sucks. That really does. Like, understand, I never want to hear Khamzat Chimaev privilege again. Okay, what I mean by that is if Khamzat Chimaev's first fight back is against a #1 contender, I'm done. Like, it has gotten almost cartoonishly obvious that the UFC treats Khamzat Chimaev like he's the main character. That's the Discord going on in the background, y'all. I think you guys are, assume you guys are talking about this. Yes, I'm making a video. Khamzat Chimaev being out, dude, this changes how middleweight is going to go forward. I know Dana White is going to come out and say some stuff like, well, it was out of his control. And I mean, like, well, hey, he only missed weight by 7 pounds the last time we had to rework a whole main event around him. Last time that he was the main event. The second time, I mean, like, I don't know what happened. One person said it was a death in the family, and that's why they're pushing it back. And if that's the case, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, though, we don't know. Well, like, I'm not going to treat it like you lost a family member when we don't know right now. For all we know, he tore his Achilles. Like, either way, you have upended a UFC Saudi Arabia card. Like, this is your second card that you were supposed to be the main event of. The last one was UFC's Khamzat Chimaev versus Nate Diaz, and you destroyed that because you missed weight by almost, wasn't it like 7.5, 8 pounds? Like, it was something crazy like that. Dude, when Paulo Costa missed that much weight against Marvin Vettori, Dana White made a whole stink about it, saying that Paulo Costa should be banned from 185 for the rest of his career. But when Khamzat Chimaev does it, oh, wasn't his fault. It was the doctors that told him. Still upended a card. Still is his fault. I don't want to hear it. Like why does Khamzat Chimaev get this crazy amount of privilege? Why do we give him all this slack? What is he bringing that I'm not seeing? I understand publicity, I understand pay-per-views, but at the same time, Khamzat Chimaev beat Kevin Holland in under 3 minutes and got to sit out most of a year, got a #1 contenders match against Kamaru Usman. I will never let that go. Khamzat Chimaev fighting Kamaru Usman was supposed to be a #1 contenders match, but because Khamzat Chimaev couldn't finish him, they changed it. And people still coped about Khamzat Chimaev getting, like, I remember this, dude. People were saying that the UFC does not like Muslim fighters because they didn't want to give Bilal Muhammad or Khamzat Chimaev a title shot. I can get behind you on the Bilal Muhammad stuff. I would argue that doesn't make them Islamophobic. Look at all the Dagestani fighters that get the craziest Dana White privilege. If anything, they're super pro. Like, if you think about it, really, like, they would actually be the exact opposite. Bilal Muhammad just can't sell a pay-per-view worth shit. Khamzat Chimaev I guess can sell, so they're just going to give him the craziest amount of privilege ever, and the vast majority of fans aren't going to care. I would not be surprised if Khamzat Chimaev's first fight back is against the loser of Israel Adesanya and Dricus du Plessis. It is that crazy right now. This changes how middleweight is going to work, though. Let me explain this to you. Khamzat Chimaev not fighting Robert Whittaker. And this is how crazy it was, dude. If Khamzat Chimaev beat Robert Whittaker, he was going to be the next dude after Israel Adesanya for a title shot. If Robert Whittaker beat Khamzat Chimaev, Dricus wanted Robert Whittaker to fight Strickland. That's how crazy it's getting. But I'll tell you this right now. If you are a Strickland fan, you are happy right now. Because what this does right now, Strickland is now after Israel. Let me explain something to you. Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya is the next fight to make. It's going to happen at UFC 305. Either the main event or co-main event. We'll talk about that. That is going to happen. The next dude after Israel is now looking like it's going to be Strickland. Because let's say, best case scenario, Nasruddin Imavov beats Robert Whittaker. There is no world where Nasruddin Imavov, even if he beats Robert Whittaker by a first round TKO, that they will give Nasruddin Imavov the go-ahead above Strickland. It makes zero sense because Strickland dog-walked Nasruddin Imavov for 5 rounds. Nasruddin Imavov will not get the next title shot. It's just not going to work. I would be amazed if Robert Whittaker got it. Strickland is going to come after Israel Adesanya because who really has a better case to be above him? Well, Nasruddin beat Jared Cannonier, who beat Strickland, and if he beats Robert Whittaker, that's a rank number. Is he rank number 3? I guess. Cool. Still got dog walked by Strickland for 5 rounds. It's like Brennan Allen trying to get a title shot. Also, Brennan Allen is higher ranked than Khamzat. Why does everybody jump over to that? Brennan Allen has a better case to be made that he should be next up for a title shot than Khamzat Chimaev if we care about the rankings, which we don't anymore. Dana White doesn't give a shit about the rankings. He hates my take that I say John Jones should be pound for pound number 2, if 3, because he beat Cyril Gahn and doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall. He says anybody who says that shouldn't be making a pound for pound ranking. Okay, womp womp. You want Khamzat Chimaev to be over Brennan Allen, even though Brennan Allen is ranked higher. Fix your rankings then. Khamzat Chimaev, though. What's next for him? I'll tell you this. I think he fights the loser of Israel Adesanya and Dricus du Plessis. For whatever reason, Khamzat Chimaev fails upward. Oh, you missed weight? It's okay, buddy. Here's Kevin Holland. And, hey, we'll give you a #1 contenders match against a 10-day notice Kamaru Usman. Awesome! Okay. And then guess what, buddy? Because you did so good, we're going to give you Robert Whittaker for a #1 contenders match only if you win. It doesn't matter what Robert Whittaker does. You're next. And it's going to be a main event in Saudi Arabia. You know that good Saudi Arabian money? Yeah, you're going to get that. Oh, and hey, if Israel beats Dricus, you can fight him whenever you want. You can wait a whole year and you can fight him. We don't care how long you take. Have fun, buddy. Oh, Strickland, we'll keep the big mean man away. To give you an idea why I said that, dude, Strickland was supposed to fight Khamzat Chimaev in Saudi Arabia, but the Saudi Arabian government told Strickland no, because Strickland was going to make some jokes about the slave labor that happens in Saudi Arabia. You can dislike Strickland. Making a slavery joke in Saudi Arabia, that's pretty based. I'm not even going. Like, I don't even hate that. I think that's wild that nobody brings that shit up. But that's the end of my rant. If you're a Strickland fan, dude, you are a happy Strickland fan. Strickland's going to be after Israel Adesanya because Nasruddin's not going above him and Whittaker's not going above him. And most people want Strickland to fight for the title. That's just how it's going to go. Wild, Khamzat Chimaev. I mean, here's the thing. I want him to recover, but it is wild how I already know he is going to get crazy Dana White privilege despite being ranked number 9 or 10 in that division. And Brennan Allen. Like, Khamzat Chimaev should come back and fight Brennan Allen. That makes more sense than anything. But there you go. I'm done talking about that. We're going to talk about what Ariel Helwani said. Ariel Helwani, the UFC is not intentionally trying to drag out this UFC 303 saga. They are burning the midnight oil trying to find a replacement solution. The issue is there haven't a ton of options available right now. If there was, they would have announced it and is already and moved on. I don't know, dude. Like, let me try to find it. I think Guru tweeted about this, and it made me laugh earlier, but I didn't know if it was fake or not. MMA Guru. He tweeted something about this. Oh, here it was. Picture of Hunter Campbell and Dana White talking. Yo, McGregor isn't really trying to sell this thing. Let's make Ariel Helwani look like a retard for a week instead. Brother, I almost feel like this is true. Okay? Actually, wait. What did Guru say? I haven't read this one. What did Guru say about Khamzat Chimaev pulls out his fight with Robert Whittaker? Hey, Son Strickland. Put aside everything that makes sense in your life and make a decision based on what MMA fans want you to do. Step in and fight Whittaker for your stop for Imov's fraudly ass is going to get it. I don't hate that idea. I don't hate it. I don't think it's going to happen. I would be... If Strickland does it, I don't care if you dislike Strickland. You got to throw him a bone for that because that is super pro MMA fan right there. But, I don't know. Yeah, no, I feel like that's part of it. Like, what if that's the case, that McGregor doesn't want to promote this card at all, and they just want to make Ariel Helwani look like a bum for a week straight, and there's actually zero worry around this card? No, I do think there is some worry. I'm sorry. It is concerning that McGregor doesn't want to do any media obligations. I don't know why we're trying to gaslight everybody into thinking, it's meant to draw publicity. Brother, they already broke records. What publicity are you getting that you weren't already getting? Another thing that he said, fam, to your knowledge, is there a correlation between the double impressor being canceled and the fight falling out? It seems like it should be related, but it's really bad luck that the UFC kept promoting the fight in the weeks intervening. Okay, that's a weird one. Yes, 100%, but like I said last week, they've done everything in their power to try to salvage this, hence the up-down... the nature of all of it. I know it's driving everyone crazy, but it's really how it's all gone down. If UFC 303 isn't canceled, I will no longer trust Ariel Helwani to say absolutely anything, because I know for a fact Ariel has seen a large spot. Dude, he had a tweet that said, if you want to find out what's going on with UFC 303, tune into my show live. It's going to be at the beginning of our lineup. Like... You can like Ariel's a businessman. Ariel is one of the best journalists. Well, he's part of the Hall of Fame MMA journalist, okay? But like, let's not pretend that Ariel hasn't made a bag and a half off UFC 303 potentially being canceled. And I'm not gonna lie to you either. If you want to know the exact, like, in total, I've probably made around 1.1K off covering the UFC 303 stuff. Like. I'll be straightforward with you, dude. This is pretty easy content for me. But, like, I don't want it to be canceled at all, dude. Because I don't know who takes his place. Maybe Alex Pereira, Yuri Prohaska. That's why that was suddenly signed. Jamal Hill's fighting Carlos Olberg. Why not do Brain Damaged Samurai versus Kshama as the main event? That could sell pretty well. Volkanovski can step in and fight fucking Charles. Charles can have a BMF title fight against Max Holloway. Like, we are going to have to work around a lot of things to make this happen. And it does make me worried for UFC 303. Do I think it's going to be completely canceled? No. They are going to keep this here. But if Conor McGregor actually fell out of this, expect an absolutely insane new fight that gets put in. Something that, like, you're going to see a very weird fight be made for UFC 303 main event if the Conor McGregor fight fell out. And if that falls out, then I could see them putting that on a UFC 306 purely because I think Conor McGregor secretly wants to fight on UFC 306. But there you go. I just want to talk about that. Khamzat Chimaev is out of his fight against Robert Whittaker, confirmed. And on top of that, it is rumored that Conor McGregor is going to be fighting on UFC 303. It is sad days for MMA fans. I'm very curious to see how this works out. Tell me how you think this is going to play out in the comment section down below. Thank you, everybody who watched these videos. It means the absolute most to me, and I will see you all next time. Adios.